Miss Osborne, if you were returned to Gilead, would you be subject to danger of torture, a risk to your life, or a risk of cruel and unusual treatment or punishment?
I'm looking for June Osborne.
You're better off without her. Everyone that helps her ends up on the wall.
She has eluded your soldiers for 19 days. Find her and bring her to me.
Do you have some secret, brilliant plan?
I made a promise to hurt them the way we hurt.
This morning, a plane left Gilead and landed at Pearson. There were 86 children on board.
This'll start a war.
We came here to fight.
No, you came here to fight.
You can't save her. You understand that, right? Some women don't want to be saved.
We're the ones we've been waiting for.
She's public enemy #1 in Gilead. She's not gonna last another week here.
Perhaps she's fulfilled her purpose and it's time to move on.
I can't. I'm gonna find her.
Run!
I'm gonna kill her.
How can I face him? Everything that has happened to her is because of me.
She chose to stay in Gilead. I can't ask God for something that she didn't want. Everything has changed. The world is tilted on its axis. Freedom agrees with you.
We are not free.
You have destroyed my life, my family, my friends, my country, and my child. I ask for justice.
Good afternoon to you both. My name is Thomasina. My outlet is MusicMoviesThoughts out of Philadelphia. I'd like to pose this question to both of you. We find out very early on in the series that Serena Joy was actually the mastermind behind the framework of Gilead, yet women were not allowed positions of power. Do you think that women were equally as culpable as the men for what happened in Gilead? And Amanda, I'd also like to ask you if you could answer that from your perspective as well as your character's perspective, Rita.
Yes, I do feel like the women that were in positions of power, particularly the wives and the aunts, were culpable. They did have to play along in order to survive in their environments with the rules and sort of the entire regime that was imposed by men. However, I think that some of the women's, particularly characters like Serena Joy, were even more violent, more menacing. And so, yeah.
What would Rita say?
Rita would say the same thing as me. Rita and I are very close in our outlook on the world and Gilead. I think that the only thing that I think that sort of got muddied with Rita after we see her grow through the seasons is her forgiveness of Serena Joy, her willingness to see the humanity in her. Serena Joy was her only family, her only base, her only one true connection. She's been in the Waterford house for what it seems to be close to a decade. And so I think that in order to survive for Rita, she had to sort of humanize Serena Joy and forgive a lot of the things that she did in order just to have a friend, just to have someone that she could feel love towards. Because at the end of the day, I think innately that's what we want to do as people. So I think Rita was slightly confused for a while, but she's not anymore. She's okay.
Thank you. And Warren, what would you say? Although complicit, are they equally as culpable, the women?
I think they are. I kind of love the question because men in Gilead, the power base of men are front and center. And yet, when you pull back the curtain, you realize that women in Gilead, women like Serena Joy, are also absolutely responsible for the power grid that exists. And I think that's what's so interesting about the show, is that there's so many layers. The assumption early on is that it's a male world, and all the inhumanity is because of them. And, you know, the deeper we look, the more we understand, we realize that's just too simplistic a view. So well done for you. And I think that's absolutely accurate.